All right, delegates, welcome to our committee. It is time for us to take attendance. So when I call on your country's name, you must either tell me that you're present or you're present and voting. South Korea.
Present.
China.
Present and voting.
Ireland.
Present.
USA.
Present and voting.
Mexico.
Present.
France.
Present.
And Singapore?
Present and voting.
Have I not called on anyone?
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia?
Yes.
The delegate of Ethiopia, are you present or present and voting?
Present.
Great. With our attendance now taken, it is time for us to begin the committee.
At the beginning of the committee session, your chair will take attendance. You can say one of two things, present or present and voting. If you say present and voting, then you are not allowed to abstain during the voting procedure.
Are there any points or motions on the floor? The delegate of the United States of America.
Motion to open debate.
That motion is in order. At the chair's discretion, this motion automatically passes. Are there any other motions or points on the floor? The delegate of China.
Motion to set the agenda.
That motion is once again in order. And at the chair's discretion, we will now be setting the agenda to what?
To topic 1.
We will now be setting the agenda to topic 1.
At certain times during the debate, your chair might rule things at their discretion. This will often happen earlier on during the committee sessions when you're deciding things like opening debate or setting the agenda. Things the chair decides don't really need a vote because they should happen.
With our agenda set to topic 1 and our debate open, are there any other points or motions on the floor? The delegation of Ireland.
Motion to open the speakers list and set the speaking time to 1 minute.
That motion is in order. Are there any other points or motions on the floor? Seeing none, we will now vote on the motion of the delegation of Ireland to open the speakers list with the speaking time being 1 minute. All those in order, all those in favor, please raise your placards now. This motion clearly passes.
The speakers list is something you'll open early on in the committee session, and you will return to the speakers list throughout committee session whenever there are no points or motions on the floor or all motions fail.
At this time, the speakers list with 1 minute speaking time is now open. We will take 6 speakers. Are there any delegates who wish to speak on the floor? The delegation of Singapore. The delegation of the United States of America. The delegation of South Korea. The delegation of Ethiopia. The delegation of China. And the delegation of France.
This first round of the speakers list is an excellent point in time to give your prepared speech, the only speech that you will be allowed to prepare beforehand in YMUNK.
With the speaker list now in order, we will take the first delegate on the speakers list. The delegation of Singapore, you may now have the floor.
I yield my time to the chair.
Thank you, the delegation of Singapore. We will now take the speech from the delegation of the United States of America.
Thank you, most honorable chair. Thank you, most honorable chair, for your time. I yield my time to the chair.
Thank you, the delegation of the United States of America. We will now proceed to our next speaker on the speakers list. The delegation of South Korea, you may now take the floor.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. I yield my time to the chair.
You'll notice that all of those delegates yielded their time to the chair. You can also yield your time either to other delegates or to questions.
Are there any points or motions on the floor? The delegation of Ireland.
The delegation of Ireland motions for a 6-minute moderated caucus with a 1-minute speaking time on security.
Thank you. The delegate of Ireland. Are there any other points or motions on the floor? The delegation of the United States of America.
The delegate of the USA would like to motion for a 6-minute moderated caucus with a 30-second speaking time on the topic of insecurity.
Thank you, delegate. Seeing that there are no more points or motions on the floor,
Pay close attention to what happens next. We're going to vote on the points and motions in order of most to least disruptive. It's really important that you understand what most to least disruptive is, and you can find it on the Committees tab of our website, under Forms of Debate in UNA USA, which gives a complete list of motions in order from most to least disruptive.
we will now vote on our motions from most to least disruptive. All those in favor of the motion of the delegation of the USA on the topic of insecurity with a speaking time of 30 seconds and a total speaking time of 6 minutes, please raise your placards. Seeing that there is only one vote, this motion does not pass. All those in favor of the motion proposed by the delegation of Ireland, please raise your placards. This motion passes. Ireland, would you like to speak first or last?
I would like to speak first.
When your motion passes, you get the option of speaking either first or last. Some delegates like to speak first as part of their strategy, and some delegates choose to speak last. It's up to you.
At this time, we will take 5 more speakers. Are there any delegates on the floor wishing to speak about security? The delegation of the United States. The delegation of France. The delegation of Ethiopia. The delegation of China. And the delegation of Singapore. At this time, the moderated caucus has now been filled. We will start with the first speech by the delegation of Ireland. Ireland, you may now have the floor.
Thank you, Your Honorable Chair, and my esteemed delegates. I would just like to say that today I am very secure because I am wearing the incredible YMUNK Korea merch that you all can pick up at the YMUNK Korea merch table. Thank you, and I yield my time to the chair.
Thank you, delegation of Ireland. We will now proceed with a speech by the delegate of the United States of America. The delegate of the United States of America, you may now have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates. I am feeling very insecure because I am not wearing the YMUNK Korea merch. I yield my time to France.
I'm sorry that the delegate of US feels that way. I, however, don't feel that way because I'm wearing the YMUNK merch. I yield my team chair.
Thank you, delegation of France. Since the delegation of France has yielded the time to the chair, and yet was supposed to be the next speaker in the moderated caucus, we will now proceed with the speaker that comes after France, which is the delegation of Ethiopia.
Thank you, most honorable chair. I yield my time to the chair.
Thank you, the delegation of Ethiopia. At this time, we will now proceed with the speech by delegate of China. The delegation of China, you may now have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Thank you. I yield the rest of my time to the chair.
Thank you, the delegation of China. At this point, we'll now proceed with the last speaker in the moderated caucus. The delegation of Singapore, you may now have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Thank you. And I yield my time to the chair.
Thank you, the delegate of YMUNK Singapore. At this point, are there any other points or motions on the floor?
At any time when there are no points or motions on the floor, or when all points and motions fail, you will return to the speakers list. Watch what happens next.
Seeing that there are no points or motions on the floor, We will now proceed back to the speakers list. The previous nation that was supposed to go at the speakers list will now proceed with their speech. The delegation of Ethiopia, you may now have the floor.
Thank you, most honorable chair. Since Thank you, and I yield my time to the chair.
Thank you, the delegation of Ethiopia turned Mexico. Are there any other points or motions on the floor? Ireland?
The delegation of Ireland motions for a 20-minute unmoderated caucus.
Thank you, the delegate of Ireland.
Usually in committee, you want to have a couple of mods before you move to an unmod, especially during committee session 1. But for the purposes of this video, which is to teach you guys what a MUN session looks like, we will allow it.
At this point, this motion will now be in order. Seeing that there are no more motions on the floor, all those in favor of Ireland's motion for a 20-minute unmoderated caucus, please raise your placards now. Seeing a vast majority, this motion passes. Delegates, you now have 20 minutes. Use them wisely. At this point, the unmoderated caucus has elapsed. Are there any other points or motions on the floor? Please note that the chair looks highly favorably upon motioning to adjourn the committee session.
At different points during your committee, your chair might look favorably or unfavorably upon something. If they smile favorably upon something, this is a hint that you should do it.
The delegate of South Korea.
Motion to adjourn this committee session.
This motion is now in order. All those in favor? This motion passes. Yay!
We hope you've enjoyed this informational video. And for more information, please check out the Committees tab of the YMUNK website.